Hey guys, this is Chris and Kai's cooking show. I'm Chef Chris. That is not Chef Kai. Unfortunately, I had to put him in bed. It's been a long day with some family issues. Not a good day, we'll just say that. But I've got everything to make tonight's dish, and I plan on making tonight's dish, so that's where we're at. So what are we having tonight, Chris? Chef Chris, we're having pasta carbonara. And I've got some corn on the cob. Man, I'm not gonna tell you how to make that. Y'all should know how to make that. If not, get off my channel. Anyways, so basically tonight we're gonna talk about how to make this. We're also gonna talk about addiction, because addiction is where I got myself to where I'm at. Not my addiction, unfortunately. Just addiction. So started out, I've got some bacon that's been browning. I'm not gonna crisp it up the way you should probably do it in a carbonara, because I like it chewy. I don't like crispy bacon, and I've got a lot more bacon than I probably need to. So that's also not a problem, right? Because who needs a little bit of bacon when you can have a lot? So now for the sauce, we're gonna take 1 tablespoon and put it in here. Yeah. So we also want to leave a tablespoon in there. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna drain this, because I've already cooked it. Been trying to set things up so I can make a great video with Chef Kai. Unfortunately, we had some issues, like I said, so what we are gonna do is just do it without him. Let him get some sleep, and hopefully he'll be a nice tyrant in the morning. So yeah, so basically what I need is 1 more tablespoon of these drippings, right? Because the drippings are the flavor of the bacon. All this fat, we're gonna put that back in there. You know, make a mess. Why not? Alright, so I've got about 4 cloves. Well, it said 4 cloves, but we've got probably 6 cloves in here. Garlic. So that's what we're gonna do, is we're gonna put that in there. Now, for a pasta carbonara is an egg-based sauce. So basically what we've got is an egg-based sauce. So we don't want to get too crazy here, because we have got to get this rolling. We need 8 minutes to get this pasta al dente, somewhere around there. I might be winging this, I might be doing this wrong. We can't have it be wrong, because, well, we just can't have it be wrong. Anyways, I've got 8 cups of water. It's just starting to boil, so we're gonna go ahead and throw them in there. You don't want to do more than 8 cups, unless you're doing more than a pound of spaghetti noodles. You can use spaghetti, you can use linguini. I've got spaghetti for whatever reason, that's what I grabbed. I've got 8 cups of water in there. Alright, so that's where we're at. We're going to get this on a high boil, get it to al dente, and get it the heck out of there. A little bit about the addiction part. Unfortunately, addiction it's been here for a couple years. Kai was born, and I knew the addiction might come back, unfortunately. So I knew that Kai had to be taken care of. And he needs that loving. We'll just say that. Unfortunately, somebody's been working on the things they need to work on, and I found things I shouldn't have. So somebody won't be joining us for dinner tonight. That's unfortunate, but I'm not going to say any more. Addiction is an addiction. You don't always know if the addiction's there. Just because you can't see it but that doesn't mean it's not there. I could be wrong. The addition couldn't be. I mean, this could be something else. So we're just gonna leave it at that. I chose to let that one be for tonight. Maybe we'll try again next Sunday or sometime this week. I don't know. So basically, we're gonna brown this garlic up. I mean, probably needs to be on a medium. It's pretty much done. I just don't want to go through this too fast. So we've got our pan dripping in here. I've got 1 egg yolk from a large egg. Well, whatever came out, right? And then we've got 3 eggs. I'm not 100% sure why we need all the eggs in 1 egg yolk. I don't make the decisions. I just make the food. Sometimes I make the decisions. Not today though. Not on something I've never made. So let's go with that. Alright, so I mean this garlic's looking pretty nice. We need some pepper. So we basically got, teaspoon and a half of pepper in there. Now when you're making a pasta carbonara, it calls for Romano cheese. Now I bought some Romano and I bought some pepper, parmesan like I did the last time. Much more prefer the parmesan food. So this, it doesn't taste bad. It's very similar. The Romano is very similar in flavor to the Parmesan, but it doesn't smell good. You know what? I think we're gonna skip that. So, just because I don't know how that's gonna work the rest of the week, but I've got a brick of Parmesan. We're gonna throw that whole thing in there. Probably more than we need. Potentially. We're just gonna mix this up just until it's done. It's probably too much. Basically, what we're doing is we're making the pasta. Now we want to get these in there. Probably need to get these in there. They're turning brown, so yeah. So that's where we're at with that. That's done. Basically any eggs that just came off of that are now cooking. So anyways, get a little toasted on the garlic, but you know what? It should still be good. We got enough bacon to make up for it, right? Pretty sure I got 1.5 pounds of bacon. You know, you generally want to use about 10 strips for this recipe, so pretty sure I got a couple extra strips. So, anyways, we're leaving the Romano out. Now, like I said, the Romano tastes okay, but it doesn't smell good. We're just gonna throw that out there. Just cooking it, cutting it up, shredding it, whatever I did with that stuff, it was not good. So, so what I did with my corn is just frozen, sweet, super sweet corn. I just took a stick of butter in there, some salt and pepper. Normally I'll get my double garlic butter and toss that in there. I'll probably use that when I eat it. But that's it. It just cooks till it's done, like you normally would. Cold water, boil it, whatever. Alright, so hopefully this sits good. I've got a large strainer and I've got a mixing bowl. Why? Because as soon as we're done here, what we're going to do is we're going to pour the noodles into there when they're al dente, and that'll save the pasta water because we need that for the sauce. Like I said before, this is an egg-based sauce, but how do you cook the eggs? You don't want to eat them raw, right? So we're cooking it with the heat from the pasta water. That's what we're doing. Probably could cook it with the heat from the corn cob water too, but nah. So that's where we're at, guys. Just waiting for the noodles to get done cooking. I probably should have just gone ahead and started those. Make sure this bacon's okay. It was on sale, so yeah, it's good. Alright guys, we're going to take a short intermission while we wait for the al dente noodles to get cooked. We'll be back. Alright guys, so the noodles are al dente. I have the noodles draining, currently draining. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we want pasta water. We want a cup of it. Right? There's a cup. So what we're going to do now is we're going to dump this. And we're going to put these noodles in this pot. And we'll have a little bit of pasta water left on them. We're going to put half of this pasta water in here. We're going to stir it up. I also forgot to mention earlier, parsley. I actually bought fresh parsley for this. You should be proud of me. So, we put that in there, right? You can definitely smell it. Now we're going to put this into the eggs. As much of that out as we can. Alright, so that's that. Now, need some tongs. I have some new ones here. We're going to go ahead and use those. As we make a mess, you get an up close and personal with my face. Alright, so basically, you're just tossing this. You're trying to cover as much of the noodles as you can with the sauce. Now we're trying to enjoy this bacon in here too, like I said. Lots of bacon. It's probably more bacon than we need. Probably call it pasta baconator. Baconara. I don't know. Pasta baconara. What do you think? Alright, so I've got more parsley. Just so you can see, it is fresh. Probably not chopped as much as it needs to be, but we're going to throw it in there anyways. Now once you get it like tossed to where you feel like you're good, and you toss a little bit more of this pasta water in there. Definitely wish I had more parmesan in there. I probably could sneak that other Romano in there, but I think I'm going to pass. You don't have to use all of this pasta water, it just depends on how it's looking. It smells gorgeous though. My stepmom used to make this fettuccine type stuff for my dad all the time, and it smelled just like this. And I could never, ever get it to come out that way, but alright, so get the rest of this parsley in here. Man, it smells good, so let's see what we got here, guys. Of course, I've prepared everything except for my plate, so I'm hoping. Fork. Alright, I'm not going to plate up everything. I added more corn, so it's cooking still. So let's see. Okay, so Pretty sure I don't want to meal prep this. Pretty sure, as hungry as I am, I could probably eat this whole thing. But I'm pretty sure there's more in there I can handle. Not gonna lie. This is probably one of the best meals I've made that's different. So, you know what? If you're in for something, this is great. I don't know why. It's great. Oh, okay. Alright. So enough of that. That's our pasta carbonara. Or pasta baconara, however you want to call it. Got the corn. We even got some everything bagel bread because apparently we live off that in this house. So that's all we've got tonight, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. I wish I could have had Kai here to throw his pots and pans around, but it's late and the little dude's cranky and he needed out of this place. So that's where we're at. Thanks for joining us. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Share with your friends. Whatever makes you happy. We like you. Good night, guys. Have a good weekend.